The girl Anya has given his most prestigious thing of life, her virginity, not to her boyfriend, but to a strange man she don't know. Welcome to the channel, and please subscribe to the channel to hear more interesting story. Anya is now headed to her boyfriend Daniel's office. It's their 5th anniversary, and Daniel texted her to come to his office as he had a special surprise. Anya, though a bit apprehensive, agreed, curious about what Daniel had in store. He hadn't been particularly romantic in their time together. Just before leaving, Anya received a sleek black box from an anonymous sender. "To my beautiful Anya, a true work of art. The world will soon see you as mine. Enjoy your fleeting moments with him. I anticipate our union with bated breath." The message, unsettlingly intense, came with a single crimson rose. Anya shivered. These mysterious gifts had been arriving for months, ever since she and Daniel became exclusive. The messages were always possessive, though never overtly threatening. She tried to trace the sender, but the deliveries were always untraceable. She tucked the box away, a knot forming in her stomach, and prepared to leave. Anya felt a mix of excitement and unease as she drove towards Daniel's office, wondering about his surprise. As she neared, she spotted a parking spot and quickly pulled in. Exiting her car, she headed towards the grand entrance. "Oof!" Anya gasped as she collided with someone, nearly stumbling. "Seriously? No apology?" she muttered under her breath, watching the man continue walking without a glance back. Her mood soured, but the anticipation of Daniel's surprise still hummed beneath her irritation. Inside, she saw Daniel sitting at a sleek modern desk. "Daniel, babe," she called out, waving as she approached. "Sorry I'm late, love." Just then, a stunning woman emerged from behind Daniel and kissed him. Anya froze, a cold dread washing over her. "Let's go," Daniel said, turning to the woman. Anya could only stare speechless until Daniel finally looked at her, a strange smile on his face. "Oh, you're here. Good. How's my surprise? Do you like it?" Daniel asked, his words dripping with a cruelty that pierced her. Anya's mind reeled. This was his surprise? A public humiliation? The realization hit her like a physical blow. All their time together, a charade. Driven by a surge of raw fury, she slapped him hard across the face. But instead of tears, a brittle, defiant smile stretched her lips. "Thank you. I'm truly surprised," Anya managed, stepping back from him. Daniel didn't react, still embracing the other woman. "Darling, aren't you going to tell her why you chose me over her?" the woman purred, her voice a condescending drawl. "Well, yes, I almost forgot. Anya, you're just so boring. You never wanted to explore, to truly live. You couldn't even give me what I truly desired." Anya's hand flew, another resounding slap echoing through the office. "You animal! Is that all you saw in me?" Anya spat, her voice trembling with barely controlled rage. "You know what, Daniel? I regret every moment I spent with you. Knowing your true nature, I feel sick thinking of you touching me. I know you've strung along countless women. You know who the real loser is here? Not me. It's you, because you'll never truly experience anything genuine. You and your tramp deserve each other." Despite her anger, a sharp pain tore through Anya's chest. "Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot," Anya said, stepping close to Daniel. "For your betrayal," she delivered another stinging slap. "And this is for our 5 years. Happy 5th anniversary. And I'm done with you." She slapped his other cheek. "And you pathetic worm," Anya snarled at the other woman, but then stopped, glaring. "Never mind. I wouldn't want to dirty my hands on trash like you. You two are perfect for each other. A scumbag and a whore." Anya's final words hung in the air as she turned and walked out of the office. Tears streamed down Anya's face as she stumbled out. The humiliation, the betrayal, it was too much. Men, all they care about is one thing. And once they get it, they just discard you like garbage. Anya fumed to herself. Blinded by tears, she bumped into someone, not even noticing. "Excuse me, aren't you going to apologize?" a male voice asked. "Go to hell, all you men are the same, nothing but liars." Anya snapped, walking away without a backward glance or apology. She didn't care what he looked like or what he thought. The man she bumped into merely smiled, watching her retreat. "Can't wait to own you, my dear," he whispered before entering the building. Anya immediately headed to a private club, a place where she knew she could find discretion and solitude. She needed to drown out Daniel's words, the sting of his accusation that she was boring. "Is that all you wanted from me? Well, you'll never get it," Anya muttered, ordering a potent shot. "A double firewater," she told the bartender. She rarely drank, but tonight she wanted to forget, to prove to Daniel that she could be as reckless as him. She downed the shot, the burning liquid searing her throat. Another and another until the glass was empty. "Another!" she demanded. The club was bustling, but Anya sat in a dark corner, a picture of misery. She just wanted to numb the pain Daniel had inflicted. As she continued to drink, she noticed a few men approaching her. "Miss, are you alone?" one asked. "Do you see anyone else here?" Anya slurred, her words thick with intoxication. The man smiled, and Anya scowled. "I know your type. All you want from us women is—" Anya scoffed. Now, miss, not all men are like that," the man defended. "I know not all, but just by looking at your face, it's obvious all you want is sex. And besides, you look like an idiot," Anya said, taking another swig. "You're all like my ex? I hope you all get, and what's coming to you from the women you use?" The man, hearing this, backed away, his plan to take advantage of her thwarted. Anya continued to drink until she could barely stand. She kept chugging until the bartender refused to serve her. "Just one more," Anya slurred, clearly beyond drunk. "Ma'am, you're intoxicated. We can't serve you anymore," the bartender replied patiently. "I'm not drunk," she insisted, but the bartender ignored her. So eventually, Anya stopped asking for more alcohol. Lost in her drunken stupor, Anya began rambling to herself. The bartender paid her no mind, so she decided to head to the restroom, feeling dizzy and nauseous from the copious amounts of alcohol. She stumbled like a zombie, barely able to walk, but she pressed on until she reached the restroom. She didn't bother checking which one it was, her stomach churning violently. She immediately vomited upon entering. After a few moments, she cleaned herself, still lightheaded from the alcohol. Every movement made her head spin. "What in the world?" Anya gasped, her eyes widening in shock as she turned after retching, facing a man who was relieving himself. "Surprised, are we?" The man chuckled, his voice deep, his large endowment on full display. "Never seen a big, raw banana before? If you want, you can hold it. Just ask." "Pervert!" Anya shrieked, instantly covering her eyes with her hands. "Why are you in the women's restroom?" she demanded, mortified. She felt her extreme drunkenness vanish in a wave of sheer embarrassment. He's huge and thick, she couldn't help but think, his manhood clearly visible. "Look, miss, I think you're in the wrong restroom. This is the men's room, not the women's." Her eyes widened even further at his words. She had no idea what to do. She was the one who made the mistake. She hadn't even noticed which restroom she entered. How would she leave now, she wondered, utterly mortified. Anya quickly stood up, feigning nonchalance despite her mortification. But in her drunken state, she nearly collapsed. Luckily, the man noticed and caught her before she hit the floor. "Are you okay, miss? You seem drunk," he said. "I'm not drunk, you?" Anya retorted, and their eyes met. Time seemed to slow as their gazes locked. Despite her inebriation, Anya clearly saw his face, and she couldn't help but admire his striking features. Thick brows, ash-gray eyes, long lashes, a sharp nose, kissable red lips, and a perfect jawline. Handsome, Anya breathed, still gazing into his eyes. The man smiled at her compliment. Driven by her intoxication, Anya couldn't control herself and pulled him into a passionate kiss. It was her first kiss, given to a handsome stranger in a men's restroom. She had never given her ex-ska. What's coming to you from the women you use? The man, hearing this, backed away, his plan to take advantage of her thwarted. Anya continued to drink until she could barely stand. She kept chugging until the bartender refused to serve her. "Just one more," Anya slurred, clearly beyond drunk. "Ma'am, you're intoxicated. We can't serve you anymore," the bartender replied patiently. "I'm not drunk," she insisted, but the bartender ignored her. So eventually, Anya stopped asking for more alcohol. Lost in her drunken stupor, Anya began rambling to herself. The bartender paid her no mind, so she decided to head to the restroom, feeling dizzy and nauseous from the copious amounts of alcohol. She stumbled like a zombie, barely able to walk, but she pressed on until she reached the restroom. She didn't bother checking which one it was, her stomach churning violently. She immediately vomited upon entering. After a few moments, she cleaned herself, still lightheaded from the alcohol. Every movement made her head spin. "What in the world?" Anya gasped, her eyes widening in shock as she turned after retching, facing a man who was relieving himself. "Surprised, are we?" The man chuckled, his voice deep, his large endowment on full display. "Never seen a big raw banana before? If you want, you can hold it. Just ask." "Pervert," Anya shrieked, instantly covering her eyes with her hands. "Why are you in the women's restroom?" she demanded, mortified. She felt her extreme drunkenness vanish in a wave of sheer embarrassment. He's huge and thick, she couldn't help but think, his manhood clearly visible. "Look, miss, I think you're in the wrong restroom. This is the men's room, not the women's." Her eyes widened even further at his words. She had no idea what to do. She was the one who made the mistake. She hadn't even noticed which restroom she entered. How would she leave now, she wondered, utterly mortified. Anya quickly stood up, feigning nonchalance despite her mortification. But in her drunken state, she nearly collapsed. Luckily, the man noticed and caught her before she hit the floor. "Are you okay, miss? You seem drunk," he said. "I'm not drunk, you," Anya retorted, and their eyes met. Time seemed to slow as their gazes locked. Despite her inebriation, Anya clearly saw his face, and she couldn't help but admire his striking features. Thick brows, ash-gray eyes, long lashes, a sharp nose, kissable red lips, and a perfect jawline. "Handsome," Anya breathed, still gazing into his eyes. The man smiled at her compliment. Driven by her intoxication, Anya couldn't control herself and pulled him into a passionate kiss. It was her first kiss, given to a handsome stranger in a men's restroom. She had never given her ex her first kiss because of his philandering ways, let alone her virginity, which was why he had cheated. "Want to spend a wild night with me, Daddy?" Anya purred seductively after their kiss. The man swallowed hard, then kissed her again without a word. "You're drunk, baby," he said, trying to resist, but Anya just laughed, cupping his face. "You're so handsome, Daddy," she giggled. "I want you to be my first. I'd rather give it to you than to my jerk ex-boyfriend. Do you know he dumped me because I didn't give him my virginity?" "Enough. You're too drunk. Let's go. I'll take you home," the man said. "I don't want to. I want to give it to you," Anya replied. "Really? You want to do it here, inside the restroom?" the man asked. Anya didn't answer. Instead, she kissed him again. He returned her kiss, and their embrace deepened until they both stopped, breathless. "Not here, baby," the man whispered, his voice husky. "Kiss me, Daddy. Own me," Anya pleaded, but instead of obliging, the man lifted Anya into his arms and carried her out of the restroom. Luckily, no one was around, and he continued walking, carrying Anya until he reached a car. With his strong arm, he opened the car door and gently placed her inside. "We can continue this at my place. You want me to be your first, right?" he asked her. Anya nodded, no longer resisting. He got into the driver's side, started the car, and they drove away from the club. The next morning, Anya awoke to an ache between her thighs. Her head throbbed, a brutal hangover settling in. "Damn, what did I do?" she muttered, clutching her hair. The memory of the intense night with a stranger flooded her mind. She glanced beside her, seeing his handsome, serene face in sleep. "I need to get out of here," she whispered, carefully moving to avoid making any noise and waking him. Despite the discomfort, she managed to get dressed and slipped out of the room undetected. Relieved, she hurried home. 2 weeks later. "OMG, you really lost your virginity?" Her best friend, Alara, gasped, shocked. "Yes. I was so drunk, I don't even remember half of it," Anya confessed to Alara. "I'm not condoning what you did, but I totally get it. It was because of your pathetic ex. Thank goodness he wasn't the one who got it," Alara said, annoyance lacing her voice. "But tell me, was he good? Was he yummy?" "Come on, spill," she pressed excitedly. Anya's face burned crimson as she recalled the details. "I'm too embarrassed," she admitted. "Come on, it's just me," Alara urged. "Don't be shy with me." "Well, he was big and huge," Anya confessed, her cheeks still flaming. "And how's your little lady, all good?" Alara teased. "Alara!" Anya exclaimed, utterly mortified. She immediately regretted telling her best friend anything. "Joke, what are you talking about?" Alara laughed. "By the way, what's your plan now? You're officially done with your bald ex, right?" Alara changed the subject. Anya's expression darkened at the mention of her ex. She clearly didn't want to discuss him. "Of course, I'm going to get my things from his place. Remember, most of my stuff is there since we were living together," she replied. "See? I told you not to trust that player. You never listen," Alara retorted. Okay, it's my fault. That damned animal. I thought he was a green flag, but he was a watermelon. Green on the outside, but rotten red on the inside." They both burst into laughter. Their conversation was interrupted by the doorbell. Anya immediately stood up to answer it. "Could that be Daniel? What if he wants you back?" Alara suddenly asked. "Probably not. He hasn't contacted me since we broke up." Alara fell silent. Anya, meanwhile, made her way to the door. She prayed it wasn't Daniel, because she'd punch him if it was. Opening the gate, she found a delivery rider, not her cheating ex. "Another delivery for you, ma'am," the rider said. "Who's it from, sir?" "I don't recall ordering anything," she asked, though she already had a strong suspicion. "No sender written, ma'am. Sorry," the rider said, scratching his head. "Don't worry, ma'am. It's already paid for. Nothing to pay," he added. Anya had no choice but to accept it. "Thank you, Po," the rider said. "Thank you too, Kuya," Anya replied, smiling. As soon as the rider left, Anya tore open the package. Inside, another letter. She snatched it, her eyes scanning the familiar script. "Hi, I hope you're doing great. I heard you broke up with your boyfriend. Perhaps I can now take his place in your heart? Kidding aside, see you soon." Anya's brow furrowed. She tossed the letter back into the paper bag and pulled out a small box. "What's this now?" she wondered, opening it. Her eyes widened at the contents. A stunning, expensive necklace. She placed it back in its box and went inside. "Who was that, Daniel?" Alara asked immediately. Anya showed her the package, and Alara's eyes widened in recognition. "From your secret admirer again?" Alara asked. "Yes, from him again. I'm so confused. He knows everything that happens to me. He knows Daniel and I are over. I don't even know who he is," Anya exclaimed. "Could it be someone you know, or someone close to you?" Alara pondered. "I don't know. I can't figure out who's always sending me these things." Before their conversation about her secret admirer could deepen, Alara showed her phone. On the screen was Daniel's latest post. He was engaged to the woman he had cheated with. "Oh, congratulations to them," Anya said, a bitter edge to her voice. "You're being super bitter, bestie," Alara chuckled. "I'm not bitter. I'm happy for them. A trash and a trash collector getting together. They totally deserve each other, right?" Anya retorted. "So what's your plan? Are you going to their engagement party?" Alara asked. Anya raised an eyebrow. "Why would I go? Hello, I don't want to see them." "You are bitter, silly. You should go so they don't think you're affected or a loser or whatever." Alara's words made sense. Anya pondered whether to go. Then her phone buzzed. It was a text from Daniel, an invitation to the engagement party. "Fine, I'll go," she told Alara, showing her the message. "That's my brave woman. Show them you're not affected," Alara cheered. "I'm really not affected. As if I'd ever chase him again." They both laughed, their conversation flowing until they decided to call it a night. "Thanks, bestie. Let's just chat when you get home, okay?" Anya said as she walked Alara to the gate. "Okay, bestie. Keep me updated on that XL daddy you had a one-night stand with. I hope you two meet again," Alara replied. After Alara left, Anya went inside. She was alone tonight. Her parents were both out, busy with work and business. They weren't wealthy, but comfortable, middle class. Anya went to the kitchen, feeling hungry, and began preparing ingredients for dinner. Her phone rang, and she paused, thinking it might be Alara. But the caller ID showed unknown number. She answered, thinking it might be an emergency. "Hello, who is this?" she asked. "Oh, baby, you forget so quickly," the male voice on the other end said. Anya's heart pounded. She'd never forget that voice, the man who took her innocence that night. How could she forget the man who took her innocence that night? "Did you already forget me?" he asked again. "Why are you calling? What do you want?" Anya asked, her voice betraying her nervousness. "I just missed you, baby," he said. "Didn't you miss me? That was just a one-night stand, nothing more, nothing less. I was drunk, that's why it happened. Do you want me to pay you? I'll pay for that night. Just tell me your price," she said. "My price? You can't afford my price, baby, so don't ask for it," he replied. Anya bristled. "How much? I need to prepare," she snapped. "You? I want you, baby. Can you give me that?" Anya fell silent, unable to answer. She slammed the phone down. Her chest heaved with anxiety. She didn't know what to do. His words replayed in her mind. "He's crazy," Anya whispered, trying to dismiss his words. "He's not real," she tried to convince herself. She forced herself to focus on other things, but even after she finished cooking, his words lingered. Even in her sleep, she couldn't shake what he'd said on the phone. Days turned into weeks, and Anya's life settled into a new rhythm. Her secret admirer still sent gifts and flowers, which she accepted, still clueless about his identity. The man from the one-night stand hadn't called again, bringing her a sense of peace. But the looming engagement party of her ex-boyfriend and his fiancée still weighed on her mind. "Bestie, it's just 2 days until your ex's engagement party. Is your outfit ready?" Alara asked. They were at their jointly owned cafe, working. "I have a dress at home. I'll just wear that," Anya replied. "No way! Don't let them outshine you. You need to be the center of attention, the kind that makes your ex say, 'That's the one I let go of. She's stunning now,'" Alara declared. Anya raised an eyebrow. "Is that how it works?" she asked, puzzled. "Yes, that's exactly how it works," Alara affirmed. "Welcome to Phoenix Cafe. Hope you'll enjoy our coffee." Anya's attention was drawn to a staff member greeting a new customer. Her eyes widened as she recognized the man who entered, and she quickly turned her back, leaving Alara mid-sentence. "What happened to you? Why did you suddenly leave?" Alara asked, having followed her. "That new customer is so handsome. Too bad you didn't see him," she added. Anya struggled for an explanation. She couldn't tell Alara that the new customer was the man she'd had a one-night stand with. She quickly invented an excuse. "Oh, nothing. I just remembered I left my phone at home. Mom might call, and I need to answer her. I'm going with her to the market later for their anniversary with Dad." This white lie seemed to convince Alara, even though she and her mom had already gone shopping yesterday. "Oh, right. Please tell Uncle and Auntie happy anniversary for me," Alara said happily. Anya felt a wave of relief that her excuse worked. She quickly said goodbye to Alara, who was going to help the other staff. "Anya, hurry up," Alara called as they were leaving. As it was getting late and the cafe was closing, Alara was worried about getting stuck in traffic. I'm coming," Anya shouted back, locking the cafe door. "I just checked if everything was unplugged," she added. "Ma'am, I can finish locking up. You might get caught in traffic," their night guard offered. "Thank you, Po Manong. Take care here," Anya said, smiling. "You too, ma'am, and Ma'am Alara. Drive safely," the guard replied. Anya then hurried to her car, where Alara waited, looking impatient. "Let's go. Your face is about to explode," Anya teased as she reached her friend. "I don't know where Auntie and Uncle got you from. You're so slow, slower than a turtle," Alara retorted. "How dare you compare me to a turtle? Let's go," Anya countered defensively. They both got into their cars and drove off. Finally, the day of the engagement party arrived. Anya initially didn't want to go, but she didn't want Daniel to spread rumors about her being bitter. So, she decided to attend. Besides, she had bought a new dress for the occasion. It would be a waste not to wear it. "I'm ready," Anya declared, gazing at her reflection. She was dressed and prepared for the engagement party. Wasting no time, she left her room and headed to her car, driving to the venue. When she arrived, the party was already in full swing. She had deliberately arrived late, hoping to draw everyone's attention. "Let the games begin," she smirked, entering the grand hall. Just then, the MC announced Daniel and his fiancée, inviting them to the stage. The guests' gazes split. Some looked at Anya, others at the couple on stage. "OMG, is that Daniel's ex? She's so beautiful and looks so kind," Anya overheard a guest say, close enough for her to hear clearly. "Too bad about her and Daniel. Why did they break up? When did they break up? I saw them just last week, and they were so sweet." These were just some of the whispers she caught as she walked through the crowd. She ignored the rest and continued until she reached the table where Daniel's parents and siblings were seated. "I'm sorry I'm late. Did I miss anything?" Anya said as she approached. "Hi, Auntie. It's good to see you again," she greeted Daniel's mother with a smile. "Hi, Anya. Good thing you made it," Daniel's mother replied, smiling back. Anya, however, sensed the fake sincerity in her smile, knowing Daniel's mother had never truly approved of her. "Good thing I caught the tail end, Auntie. Is the party over?" Anya asked. "No, it just started," Daniel's mother replied. "I see, Auntie." Anya surveyed the lavish room. Many people attended, including several of their relatives. "Thank you for coming to our engagement party. Let's start the party," Daniel announced from the stage. The guests applauded, and Anya joined in. Daniel and his fiancée descended from the stage, approaching the table where his parents and Anya were seated. "Congratulations," Anya said, smiling as Daniel neared. His fiancée glared at Anya, but Anya calmly ignored her, as if her ex's fiancé's stares were insignificant. The party continued, and Anya simply went with the flow, though she couldn't help but notice the discomfort of those at her table. "How are you doing now? Have you moved on?" Daniel's sister asked. "Of course, as if your brother is the only man in the world for me to cling to," Anya retorted. "Really? You don't sound like it. You sound very bitter," Daniel's other sibling chimed in. "Why? What happened?" Antonius asked, confused as he rushed in. "My intimate parts hurt so much," she cried, pointing between her legs. "Baby, it's normal. We did it for 12 hours. But how bad is the pain? Should I call a doctor?" Antonius asked, his voice laced with concern. She glared at him. "This is all your fault, and your massive ahem fruit. My intimate parts are suffering because of it." Antonius chuckled at her words, which only made her cry harder. "Baby, it's not my fault mine's large. I'm just gifted." Cassandra's tears intensified, causing Antonius to panic. He rushed to her side, comforting her. "Hush, baby, let me see. Let's check what happened," he said, attempting to examine her. He gasped at what he saw. "Baby, it's red and swollen." Cassandra's wails grew louder at his description. "This is truly your fault. You won't get another chance. You and your huge banana are to blame for my intimate parts being swollen and red." Antonius panicked even more when he heard Cassandra's words. Her threat couldn't possibly come true, so he immediately thought of a solution. "No, baby, I'll call a doctor to see you. Just wait for me," he told Cassandra, who was still sobbing in pain. He left her briefly, rushing to grab his phone and call for help. He immediately remembered his friend's wife. He knew she was a doctor and could assist him. He called her, and thankfully, she answered right away. "Demian, why are you calling? What on earth?" He cut her off, explaining his urgent need. "I need your wife's help," he said quickly. "We're coming." His friend immediately hung up. Antonius sighed in relief, knowing his friend and his wife would soon arrive. He returned to Cassandra, who was still crying. "Baby, help is on the way. Hush, don't cry anymore," he said, pulling her into a hug. It wasn't long before his friend arrived with his wife. "What happened? You better have a good reason for this, bro. You interrupted us," his friend immediately grumbled. His wife promptly pinched his side. "Stop it, Demian. You always have to say something," his friend's wife chided. "Ow, love! Stop it, stop!" his friend groaned. "Where is she?" she immediately asked him, so he pointed to his room where Cassandra was. "Stay here. You men are unbelievable. Yesterday, Hunter called. Now you, and who's next tomorrow?" she said before entering his room to check on Cassandra. Antonius was left outside with his friend Demian, who was still rubbing his pinched side. "What happened? Didn't you give her a break?" Demian immediately asked him. "You animal! Don't even talk to me, as if you don't do the same to your wife, huh? Yours is probably worse. You even kidnapped her just to claim her," he retorted to his friend. "Wow, bro, as if you didn't have her watched, huh? You even got drunk when you found out she said yes to your niece," Demian countered. Antonius immediately glared at his friend. Good thing his friend's wife emerged and called him. He quickly approached. "What happened? Is she okay? Did something, happen to her?" Antonius immediately asked when he approached her. "How long and how big is it?" she asked him back, which made his eyes widen. "You friends are all truly blessed with large endowments. It's a good thing there was no laceration from what happened." Antonius breathed a sigh of relief upon hearing this. "Don't celebrate yet. I'll cut that off," his friend's wife threatened, making him instinctively hold himself. "No sex for 2 weeks. Wait until her little thing heals before you enter her again. Make sure you follow all my advice, or you'll be in big trouble with me." Antonius nodded vigorously at her instructions. She then quickly said her goodbyes, and he escorted them out. They didn't stay long, as they both had work. Demian was a businessman, and his wife an OBGYN, confirming his excellent decision to call her. He returned inside and went to Cassandra's room. She was no longer crying and had fallen asleep. He decided not to disturb her, allowing her to rest. He then planned to cook for her, ensuring she'd have food when she woke up. When Cassandra's eyes fluttered open, she felt a gnawing hunger. She sat up in bed. The pain between her thighs had lessened somewhat, unlike the excruciating agony she'd felt upon waking earlier. Now, she could manage it. She tried to stand, her legs still trembling, but she managed to walk haltingly out of the room. She didn't see Antonius as she left the bedroom, so she cautiously walked around to look for him. But one thing immediately caught her attention. She approached it, surprised by what she saw. She couldn't be mistaken. It was exactly the kind of letter she received from her secret admirer. It clicked. Antonius and her secret admirer, the one sending her flowers and gifts, were one and the same. So that's why he knew Jason and I were no longer together. It was you, after all, Cassandra murmured to herself. You're awake. How do you feel? Does it still hurt? Antonius's voice startled her from behind, and she immediately turned to him, holding out the letter. Is this yours? She asked Antonius, who now looked utterly shocked. Baby, let me explain, he stammered, reaching for her, but she quickly pulled away. Answer my question. Is this yours? She demanded again. Love, listen to me. Hear me out, please, Antonius pleaded, but Cassandra stood firm, glaring at him. Just a yes or no answer, she snapped. Yes, yes, it's mine. I'm the one who sends you flowers and gifts with letters. I admit it. Just don't leave me, baby. I love you. I love you. Antonius confessed, his voice trembling as he embraced her. All this time, it was you sending me those. Why did you do that to me? Why didn't you just tell me face to face? She asked Antonius. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was just scared that you wouldn't accept it, or worse, you'd throw it away. I couldn't bear that. I love you so much. That's why I did that, to show my love to you. But why didn't you stop when I had a boyfriend? She pressed. I did. I did stop, but I couldn't. I know what I did was wrong because you had a boyfriend, and he's my nephew, but my heart, I couldn't dictate it. My love for you grew deeper every day that passed and went by. I'm so sorry. I need time to think, she said, pulling away from Antonius's embrace. She immediately left his house to go home. Antonius called out to her, but she didn't listen and just kept walking. She left Antonius, who was now crying because of what had happened. Enough, bro. You're too drunk, Demian said to his friend, Antonius. Leave me alone. I want to get drunk, Antonius replied, continuing to drink. They were now at a bar owned by Alas, another friend, an exclusive club for their group called Bachelor's Club. Only their circle could enter, and no women were allowed unless they were wives or girlfriends, ensuring their privacy. What happened? Why is he getting so wasted? Khan asked. The woman he loves found out he's her secret admirer. Maybe she realized our friend is old, Demian said with a laugh. Shut up, Demian. I know she loves me. I can feel it. Antonius snapped, taking another drink. Bro, you're not a kid anymore to be a secret admirer. You should have just confessed, and now look what happened. Khan lectured him. You shut up, Keel. You don't know what love is. Didn't your woman leave you because you didn't fight for her with your parents? Antonius retorted. They ignored Antonius and continued drinking with him, excluding Niccolo and Hunter, who were busy. Meanwhile, Cassandra couldn't rest in her room. Sleep eluded her, as every time she closed her eyes, she saw Antonius's tearful face, pleading with her to listen. She didn't know why it affected her so deeply, but she couldn't sleep. What are you doing? Get out of my mind, Cassandra muttered, trying to force herself to sleep, but it was futile. Antonius's crying face haunted her. She bolted upright, shaking her head. Sleep, Cassandra! Forget him! She told herself repeatedly, attempting to fall back asleep. Eventually, she did, but only for a few hours, Antonius still occupying her thoughts until sleep finally claimed her. 3 weeks later, Antonius had been relentlessly visiting their cafe and her home, desperate to talk to her. Cassandra couldn't understand why he was so persistent. Seeing him simply ruined her day. What she didn't know was that she was pregnant, which explained her heightened irritation with Antonius. She had no idea how to tell her parents, though she knew they would be thrilled, as it had always been their dream to have a grandchild. "Baby, please talk to me. You've been avoiding me for 3 weeks. I'm going crazy. I'm sorry." Antonius shouted from outside their gate. Her parents already knew about him. He had told them he loved her and was ready to marry her. Cassandra felt the same way. Since meeting Antonius and breaking up with Daniel, she had gradually fallen for him, especially after discovering he was her secret admirer. She wasn't truly angry. Her emotions were just amplified by her pregnancy. "Baby!" he called out again. Exasperated by his persistence, she went to the gate. "What now?" she said, annoyed, as she stepped outside. Antonius quickly pulled her into a hug. "I miss you, baby. What can I do for you to forgive me?" Antonius pleaded, holding her tightly. Because of her pregnancy cravings, she had an idea that Antonius might fulfill. He didn't know she was pregnant yet, so she wanted to test him. "You want me to forgive you?" she asked Antonius. He nodded eagerly, smiling. "I want a blue, square-shaped mango," Cassandra said. Antonius's smile vanished. "Is there such a thing?" "There's no blue mango, and definitely no square mango," he grumbled. "You want me to forgive you? Then get me what I want," Cassandra replied, turning and walking back into the house. Antonius stood there, bewildered, but determined to earn her forgiveness. He vowed to find the impossible mango. He didn't realize Cassandra was pregnant, which explained her unusual request. After Antonius left, she went to her room. She knew he wouldn't find a blue, square mango. She decided to watch Netflix to pass the time, but a few hours later, a knock came at her door. She opened it to find Antonius, holding a blue, square mango. She was stunned. "Where did you get that?" she asked him. "Just around, baby. I did everything to earn your forgiveness," Antonius replied. "Are we okay now?" he asked, but she suddenly felt dizzy and collapsed. Antonius caught her before she hit the floor. When she woke up, Antonius's face was the first thing she saw, his gaze serious. "Why didn't you tell me you're carrying my child?" he asked. "Huh?" was all she could manage. "You're pregnant, right?" Antonius pressed, leaving her no choice but to confess everything. She also admitted that she loved him. She expected him to be angry, but instead, he hugged her, his face beaming with joy. "When you saw my large fruit, I knew it. You're the one," Antonius said to her. Cassandra's mind flashed back to their first meeting, her drunken state after breaking up with her ex, entering the wrong restroom, and seeing his impressive fruit. That's where it all began. 5 years later, their son is now 4 years old. They are happily married. Antonius proposed as soon as he learned about her pregnancy. Of course, she accepted, deeply in love and thrilled to have a child with him. Length of acquaintance doesn't define love. True love makes you ready for marriage. "Love, is little Anton asleep? Can we make a sibling for him now?" Antonius asked, starting to kiss her. "Baby Anton might wake up. What is it?" she replied, but her husband persisted, climbing atop her. She could feel his readiness. "I miss doing this to you, love. I miss making love with you," Antonius whispered. She surrendered, missing him too. As they kissed, Antonius shed their clothes. "Ready, baby? I'll be gentle," he said. But their intimate moment was cut short by their son's shout from outside their room. "Mommy, Daddy, open this door!" Their son Anton cried. Antonius sprang up, pulling on his boxers, his face a mask of frustration as he opened the door. Their romantic interlude had been interrupted. "I thought you were a big boy now. Why are you outside Mommy and Daddy's room?" Antonius asked his son. "Daddy, I want to sleep next to Mommy," their son replied. Antonius had no choice but to let him in. "Okay, let's sleep, baby. Go to your mommy," he said, closing the door. Cassandra giggled at the situation, while Antonius grumbled, his heart aching from the interruption. "Good night, Mommy." "Good night, Daddy," their son said. "Good night, baby." "Good night, baby," they both replied to their son. They all fell asleep, their son nestled between them.